Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Yesterday I was pleasantly surprised by Fable 5, so let's get straight into it, shall we? How's everyone doing today? Good afternoon and good evening. We are live, we are good. Let me make sure chat is working. Just doing a whole bunch of work this morning, and I was in a flow, so I had to delay the start of our live stream. All right, I can minimize that. Hey, good afternoon, John. How we doing today? I remembered. It's tough to remember someone who shows up consistently, you know? Or tough to forget. That's what I mean. Didn't have too much coffee, though. I try to save it for the stream, to be honest. I'm trying not to be too dependent on caffeine when I first, get the day rolling. So, from 6, 7 a.m., I try to avoid it. Sometimes I'll make it at 7, but that first hour, 90 to 120 minutes of the day, I try to keep caffeine free as much as possible. Didn't realize I just pinned that second comment. Crazy busy, huh? That's a good thing. Have you been playing with Fable 5 at all? Wow. All right, we're just gonna briefly go through this. Yeah, 9:30. 9:30. Yo, what's up, F World? How we doing? Yo, Duval. Hello, world. I love that. Yeah, so I started working on Claude Crib, which I guess version 3 now off air, and I'm loving the direction it's going in. Maybe I'll give you guys a sneak peek today. There's still a lot of work to be done. But essentially, one thing I discovered is it's not easy to create a tab within the OpenClaw dashboard without it getting replaced with the next update, because they don't offer that like Hermes Agent does. But I think I found a solution for ClawCrib where it's an NPX package that you install on your OpenClaw machine, and it hosts a web server with whatever port you specify. It'll just pick the default port, and it's kind of like think of it like this. It's like an always-on AI agent screensaver for your OpenClaw or Hermes setup. Now, for ClawCrib itself, it's going to be specifically OpenClaw. But one of my new benchmark prompts that we're going to start using with each new model that comes out, we're going to test its reasoning and its biased between creating a new model research landing page for that specified model. Good old lead capture landing page with an admin dashboard. Because believe it or not, while this may feel boring, a lot of people still want to know how to do this. So I like the idea of adding that to our benchmark list of prompts. Now, we're probably going to fine tune this, right? I'm going to fine tune this in the coming weeks. And then this one. Since we do so much work out of OpenClaw and Hermes, I thought, well, with each new model, why not have it try to create an always-on agent activity dashboard, right? With links to the reference docs. But then, of course, like, I don't think for the sake of testing the models that we're going to actually connect them to my OpenClaw or Hermes agent systems. What we'll do is it'll just be demo data at first, just to see what it comes up with creatively, right? Ooh, man. Well, I hope, I hope you get through your day as efficiently as possible. Oh yeah? I got a friend out in Indiana, which reminds me, we've been playing phone tag since I was in Europe. Just time zones not crossing well. Gotta reach out, catch up. Because I've been to Indiana a few times. I've taken cross-country road trips, and I usually always stop off Indiana if it's like close, if it's like somewhat within the route. Yo, what's up, Cross-Eyed Sensei? How we doing today? Want to create a dedicated Hermes subagent to help me with my well-being. Any ideas for me? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would probably just create an entirely separate agent profile, treat it as an actual agent and not just a sub agent, depending on how your system's configured, right? That way it has its own profile, its own dashboard that you can work out of specifically for your own well-being. Um, I mean, we can dig into this. We can dig into this. Like, I can't really show you guys my personal one. This one's just for me. Um, and it's more so just all this work I've done on myself. I've created a dashboard for everything. So the first thing I look at when I power on a computer, after I get through my normal morning prime, I call it, it just lists out my definite chief aims, a list of daily quests that I just add 3 things I want to accomplish for that any given day. It's got these future primes, you know, call them mantras, call them whatever you'd like. It does have a weekly quest list that doesn't reset until the end of the week, just to make sure I'm on track. Has a vision board, certain agreements based off of that book. I'm blanking on the author's name. The 4 Agreements by, I forget who it's by, to be honest. But I have 7 agreements. So, I don't know. I can dig more into it. I would honestly just create that new profile and just start brain dumping. I would just start brain dumping. All right, but for those of you who came here for Fable 5, maybe I'll show off my personal dashboard at some point. Maybe. This one's for me though, right? I share so much. I do so much in public that this one's just for me. I got to keep something for me, guys. Hope you understand that. Plus, it's very personal to me, right? It's not a dashboard I would want to share and show off because there are things that are personal to me on there. But maybe we build one from scratch. I'm using OpenClaw because listen, between the two, I just like OpenClaw on a personal companion level. Hermes agent is more org structured to me, right? But now, like, we're seeing, you know, I don't know if I'm going to release the video this week or next week. It's probably going to be next week, if I'm being honest, because I want to keep testing the workboard out. But this workboard in OpenClaw, like, everybody who was switching to Hermes because of that Kanban board and the orchestration and all that, like, we now have that on OpenClaw. So it's like, I think I mentioned this in past live streams where it's like, competition is good, right? Hermes is good for the AI agent open source space because it makes OpenClaw better and vice versa, right? So yeah. Hey, thank you. Yeah, so it comes from my days of playing WoW. That's hilarious. That's why I call them quests and not tasks, because tasks feel like work, whereas quests feel like, I don't know. I just like labeling it quests. You know what I mean? It just feels better on a personal level. So that's why I call them quests. Yeah, maybe I can show it off and blur this, you know, the personal parts of it. But it would honestly be blurring a lot of it. If I'm being honest with you, I'd have to blur pretty much like the whole page. But this is actually something I can show off a little bit, and we'll get into the Fable testing. None of these are my time blocks, by the way. This is just a way for me to visualize what I want to do on a weekly basis, hour by hour. These are all placeholders. I'm still working on like the functionality of it and like the drag and drop creation of it, trying to recreate Google Calendar. Now, this is not replacing Google Calendar. I still use Google Calendar, but this is just time blocking my personal life, and it has an archive feature where I can go back, forward, right, and see like how is my time blocks on any given week. I should have this done this week so that I can start using it consistently. And it's honestly more so a place for me to see what I'm doing on any given day, and just log my hours, right? Log my hours as far as, okay, what did I do from this time to this time? And then I can revisit it at the end of the week to see, okay, how much time did I waste, right? So I was okay with showing that part off because there's nothing in it, right? We're still developing that. But I can't show you those other tabs. Forgive me. All right, who came here for the Fable? Who came here for the Fable content? Because I know the thumbnail's Fable and we're squirreling. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We squirrel quite a bit. You know what I mean? So, but we like to have fun. And also, if you're new here, keep in mind, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to be of service. So if you have a question, drop a comment below and I'll answer it as thoughtfully as I can. Yo, what's up, Sharma? How we doing today? Ask your agent to spin off a public release version with sample data. Okay, fair enough. The community has spoken. Let me continue working on it. I think maybe by July, I'll have, I call it OptiOS. That word is very meaningful to me. But it's got 3 different meanings to it. One of which, of course, is optimize, right? Yeah. I also need to stop saying but. One thing I've learned, we're gonna have a squirrel moment here. I don't know what it is this past month of me recording long form videos, but I've had to listen to each second to cut out every time I say but. I didn't always have this problem. Or yeah, it's mainly but. I need to work on that. I think I'm gonna put a little sticky note with Google AIs next to my camera saying, you know, don't do this, and this while I'm recording and looking at the camera. Nevertheless, let's catch up on comments and we'll get to Fable testing here. Also thinking of an app as a supplementary, walks, monitoring, etc. Are there such open source apps that I can hook up to the agent, or do you think that's extreme? I don't think that's extreme at all. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have an Apple Watch or any tech like that. I don't need it. It doesn't interest me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not talking negatively on it, but I believe you can configure your OpenClaw to synchronize with your Apple Watch, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've read and seen in the past, to where you could incorporate those metrics into your agent. Now, I'm sure Hermes should have the same thing. I'm not sure. All right, we'll get to that in a second. Right on. I'll let you know for sure. Hey, let's go. Okay, Fable 2, Fable 3. Yo, Dante, how we doing today? So I'm trying to build me first local. Hey, every day. I love it. I'm jealous. The techie in me wants a DJ Spark to play with. That's awesome. I can't wait to see what you do there. Yes, we did. I don't know. Should we create a cooking channel in the Discord just to share what we eat? Like, we might as well, right? I did. So thank you. I honestly didn't follow a recipe. I went by memory. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. I made enough for 3 meals. I pretty much ate it in 1 day, right? I usually make enough food to last me 2 days on any given dish so that I can eat. And then I put some for leftovers for the following day. Leftovers did not make it. Did not make it. But can you tell us how far you have gone, tuned it, and in what phases of your life? So it's primarily tuned right now from the perspective of, you know, I don't like calling morning routines. It feels too much like a chore, right? I like calling them primes. So I have a certain prime tab that reminds me of what my agreements are in life, things I stand behind, rules of thumb that I operate off of, right? One of my favorites is don't use your energy to worry, use your energy to believe. There's so much things in this world to worry about, right? But if you just take that same energy that you use worrying about something and you use it to believe that you can accomplish whatever it is that's on your list, whatever your goals are, right? Like, that's one of my agreements. So I pretty much just dialed in my prime from top to bottom to flow the way I want it to flow when I first look at the computer screen, right? I'm reminded of what my definite chief aims in life are. I'll kind of visually show you. And then I write down my 3 daily quests, which I ultimately first write down in my journal by hand before I even touch technology. And then below that, future primes, more like mantras, right? Below that is a vision board, and then off to the right is my weekly quests. The vision board is just, it's honestly just me looking at things that, I don't want to say things I want to acquire, but yes, they're essentially pictures of environments that I don't yet have crafted in my life, right? So that's the quick TLDR of my Prime tab. And then there's a few other tabs I'm still working on, right? But it's, and I'm doing this all off of one agent as well, right? I'm not creating a multi-agent team on that personal one just yet. I made a batch for 2, ended up eating them both. Yep. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Trying to cheat my own local drivers from Iron Man with no experience. Hey, that's the best. That's the Dexter's laboratory right there. I love it. Are you in the Discord? Yeah, so I honestly, like, I think that this is dependent on you, right? Like, I think it's a matter of like figuring out, what do you want to monitor? What do you want to take inventory on? What do you want to improve on? Right? Then you can cross-reference that versus this question of like, what should the agent not miss? Right? Like, I would say start simply, right? Like, for me, it's more of this chief aim board, vision board it started off as, and now I'm doing the logging my time blocking, logging my hours, so that I can go back on a Sunday and see, okay, what did I do? How much of this time was wasted? What can I do to improve, right? Like, if I didn't accomplish one of my weekly quests, why, right? The time block has the answer. Does he do that as well? I'm not surprised. I was a big watcher of his content early on, but no, I picked that up because I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and I like the idea of calling them quests. I'd be floored if he was the same way. That would be so awesome. I wouldn't be surprised though. But if I'm remembering correctly, wasn't he like pre-med before he started his YouTube channel? So I don't know if he had time for World of Warcraft. I'm not sure where he got that from. Ah, right on. Well, stick around. I always drop a Discord link at the end of the stream. Would love to have you in there, you know, share what you're building and any questions you have. I mean, we're all just experimenting here together, you know. Nah, I don't care. Listen, I live on the premise that if you have a smartphone, there is no more privacy. I don't mean to be all conspiracist on you guys here, and girls, but listen, if we're using a smartphone, there is no more privacy in life. So for me, I don't mind sharing this to my agent, right? I do control the data of where my agent is stored, but I don't have that same concern. I don't have that same concern. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to. And I didn't realize there'd be so much interest in the personal side of it. You know, maybe this is giving me ideas to make long form videos around that too. I was honestly just doing that for me. All right, without squirrel ado, let's get into Fable 5. Forgive all the squirreling. I was watching, I have the tab open. I saw our live viewer count just wave up and down. Some people were digging the personal side of it. Some people weren't, and it's okay, you know. I think our privacy was violated long before, but yeah. All right, let's read through it here. This was a shocker. I was not expecting this. Was anybody else expecting this to come out? I know we were expecting Mythos or some type of version of Mythos, which this supposedly is, right? But the name, I'm shocked by the name. I kind of like it. I kind of like the name, not gonna lie. Any model we have ever made, generally available. It is state-of-the-art on nearly all tested benchmarks of AI capability, showing exceptional performance in software engineering, knowledge work, vision, scientific research, and many other areas. The longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable 5's lead over our other models. I will say, in my first day of playing with it, I've been noticing how it structures a detailed prompt. We'll get into the demo here in a moment. I'm impressed with it. I was very strongly considering downgrading my max plan, and I think with Fable, I might have to do it at the end of the month if they really switch it to extra usage, but if it's, as long as it's included in the subscription plan, I'll keep the subscription. Releasing a model this capable comes with risks. So this is the thing that concerns me the most. This implies that they're limiting this model the same way that Google is known to limit search results and filter search results for sponsored and paid and whatever agendas they may have to the top of the search, which is different than a DuckDuckGo or a Brave search. I don't like that, right? Because without safeguards, yeah, I get it. The whole cybersecurity perspective. That's like my only, I guess, negative critique after reading this article. Listen, I'm not going to read it word for word. We're just skimming on things that caught my eye when I first read it yesterday. For a small group of cyber defenders, infrastructure providers, we're also launching Mythos 5. It's the same underlying model as Fable 5, but with the safeguards lifted in some areas. Okay, so that's going to be the main difference. So Mythos is Fable, but Fable is a limited version of Mythos. Got it. Project Glasswing in collaboration with the US government as an upgrade to Claude Mythos Preview. It has the strongest cybersecurity capabilities of any model in the world. Soon, we intend to expand access to Mythos 5 through a broader trusted access program. The capabilities of models like Mythos, Fable 5 and Mythos 5 have the potential to do profound good for the world. We've seen beginnings of this project. Can we just take a moment here and I'm curious. Why didn't they just call it Fable and Mythos? Like this whole numerology thing of, you know, Opus working its way up, you know, through 3, through 4, through 5. That's Opus's track. Why wouldn't Fable just start from 1? Did anybody else see that? Like, I'm a bit confused by that, but nevertheless, that's it's just some random thought I had. We've seen the beginnings of this in Project Glasswing, where models have held. Did I already read that? Or are they just being repetitive? I've also seen it in life science research where models are posting novel hypotheses and speeding up the development of new therapeutics. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are being offered at 10 million per input tokens and 50 million per. That's actually not bad considering, yes, that's expensive by current standards. However, if we look at when I think it was Claude 4 or Opus 4, or was it 3? Those earlier versions of Opus were insanely expensive. I remember them being unusable on a $20 a month plan. So it seems like this is a very similar point in time where they're priced very similarly to how Opus was first priced when it became that powerhouse. Less than half the price of Claude Mythos Preview. Okay, great. Benchmarks, you know me. I don't really do benchmarks, but let's look at it. Let's zoom in. Now, I'm just waiting for GPT 5.5 or 5.6 to come out now at this point. Like, I'm guessing GPT and Gemini are coming out with newer models after this. Could be wrong. We'll see. I mean, according to the numbers, it's all in Anthropic's favor. For sure, except for computer use. Reasoning up there. I mean, it's always been up there, hasn't it? Okay, now we can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I tested this overnight, actually. I'm curious to see what my usage is. It did some good work overnight on Claude Crib version 3. I mean, yeah, these are great. All in Fable's favor. All in Fable's favor. Shows strong performance on complex analytical tasks. Okay, some video. Some movie night, huh? Oh, it's literally just playing Pokemon. Got it. So that's just time lapse. That's not that fun to watch. Wanted to see something else. That's cool. I mean, that's an interesting use case. I immediately lean on the side of like, okay, can we use Fable 5 to play blackjack for us on online poker and make us some money? You know what I mean? Like, this is cool, but what about blackjack? What about Poker Stars? If that's still available. I know that was a thing when I was in college. Fable 5's focus stays focused around millions of tokens in long-running tasks and improves its output using its own notes. When we had the model play the deck, slay the spire, giving it access to persistent file-based memory, improved its performance 3 times more than Opus 4.8. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that UI looks slick. Oh, wow. I see a use case here for certain channels to create animations. Can it create animations? Is it generative AI, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Is that one of its new strengths? I mean, based off of this, it doesn't look that cool, but interesting. Okay, cool. Biology, novel hypotheses in molecular biology. Mythos 5 is our first model to consistently produce novel, compelling scientific hypotheses. In blinded head-to-head comparisons against Opus class models, our scientists preferred Mythos molecular biology 80% of the time and have several to experimental evaluation. In the meantime, one Mythos hypothesis, a novel mechanism for an E. coli protein, was corroborated in a study from a lab independently working on the same problem. Okay, cool. I'm gonna skip through that. New safeguards. Yeah, we already talked about safeguards. I want to get through the boring stuff. There was something I did want to highlight near the end. Oh, interesting. New data retention policy. Are they forcing it now? We will require a 30-day retention for all traffic on both first and third-party surfaces. We won't use this data to train new Claude models or for any non-safety related purpose, and we've instituted a new privacy protections, including logging all human access to the data and ensuring its deletion after 30 days in almost all cases. See this post for further details. This data will help us defend against complex novel attacks, including new jailbreaks and attacks that operate across many requests. Okay. I suppose I understand that. Okay. I think we all know this by now after 24 hours of people complaining and mentioning it, but keep in mind, you know, Fable 5 is only available through your Claude subscription through June 22nd. After June 22nd, it's going to be billed as extra usage, or, you know, AKA API credits. That is a bummer. I get their approach. I get it. But yeah, listen, I'm not going to say anything negative. I get their approach. I get it. Yeah, I won't say it. But it is included on Pro, Max, and Team. I have a feeling, though, your experience on Pro is it's going to be one prompt and done, right? 1 or 2 prompts and done. Just as Opus, when Opus, I think it was 4 at first, 1 prompt, 2 prompts, you were done, right? But as time progressed, it became cheaper to use that model or variations or newer versions of that model. I think we'll see the same here, right? I don't think they want to piss off the community. I don't think they want to piss off consumers. I don't think they do, but I think they're operating based off of experience and expectations that they give, to where they're not giving these false expectations. They're letting you know you can use it with your subs until this day. And then I have a feeling after a few weeks, maybe a month and a half, they're going to realize it's more beneficial to include it in their max subs only, to drive more sales back to the max subs that they lost when they were shooting themselves in the foot with OpenClaw, and pretty much since the ban hammer dropped on April 4th or April 5th. So listen, I don't know. Nobody knows. But that's just my weird perspective and belief. I mean, didn't you rent enough data storage from XAI? You know what I mean? Like, you know? All right. I also created this new live stream checklist so that we make sure I don't squirrel too much. I know we started the stream off squirreling quite a bit. So before we get to the benchmark prompts, let's go prep. I have 3 empty folders here: Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3. Let's spin up Claude. Oh, let's also, I'm curious really quickly. I want to check usage on the week since the reset. How much did I use? I don't think I used too much. Okay, only 4% on the current session. Current week, only 3%. Nice. Nice. That reset helped me, actually. For once, an Anthropic reset actually helped me. That's great. That's great. All right. So let's make sure we're on model. Yep, we're on Fable. We're going to do high reasoning. Spin up Claude here. I just want to make sure, because I realize, like, and we're doing auto mode on Claude. All right. So honestly, I'm going to go backwards here. I think I'm going to write some notes as well to improve these prompts, because I also don't like this one exactly. But you know what? Let's just follow the damn structure. Set up preview on port. What port should we use today? 5001. When ready. All right. Let's go grab our lead capture admin dashboard for ClearDraft, a tiny SaaS that turns messy meeting notes into client-ready recap. Oh, nice. I think I might make this rows though, because I more often than not have that open. But this is where we can see all 3 of them. Sweet. So I'll copy that. Set up preview on port 5002 when ready. And we'll grab this here. So this is essentially what I'm building for Claude Crib, but I really want to start testing all the models just from their perspective of reasoning and creativity. Just referencing both. And then I did specify somewhere in here that we'll make sure we always use demo or mock data, because I'm not going to actually link my systems to these demos. So let's copy that, paste that in there. And I forgot to say, set up on port 5003 when ready. All right, looks like it's not doing it in this session, but I've found that when you give it a big enough prompt and it has to do a lot of things in parallel, it'll run multiple agents in parallel for you, and it'll allow you to view each session. I'm shocked we're not seeing that. Let's see what happens. Let's just keep an eye on things. All right, I got to catch up on comments while this is working. Okay. Yeah, listen, I feel like self-improvement is, you know, this channel isn't around it, but, you know, it's a big part of my life day to day. It's just I don't share it often, right? So maybe I'll have to incorporate some personal self-improvement oriented videos via OpenClaw or Hermes or AI in general. Do we think that Claude is the only one that these AIs that are this powerful? Don't you think they're all? Yeah, I think so, right? And one little fun observation of mine is, like, that I noticed, I don't know if anybody else saw this. Claude just recently came out with a blog post saying that frontier models should be more responsible, and I think that there needs to be an agreement to slow progress down, and then they turn around and release Fable 5. You can't make this stuff up. It was comedic. It was comedic. Probably a continuation of Claude Opus's ending at 4.8. Ah, you think Opus ends? You think no more Opus? That's an interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and listen, it's just a weird critique of mine. It's like, it's a whole new model. Why wouldn't it start from 1, right? But I guess I kind of get it. It's like we see it with consumers. What up, Maestro? How we doing today? Listen, I gotta say, Mr. Baker made this observation in the Discord. It's like Fable 5 for somebody to really make use of it, very few people can actually utilize it to its full potential. I think it's overkill for most people. But I'm thoroughly impressed for the tasks I've been giving it, for the code bases I've been having it analyze, for the things it's been creating over the past 24 hours. I'm thoroughly impressed in its speed, its intelligence, and how much little back and forth I have to do. Now, I do have auto mode on, so I don't have to keep like chiming in. But yeah, it is a massive jump in agentic coding for sure. Hey, thank you, Maestro. I appreciate you. All right, I'm trying to remember. This is tough when I kind of get backlogged on comments. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about. Oh, this is probably the subscription. Probably the subscription, yeah. Yep. Listen, I'm gonna be using it up. I think I'm gonna get back to maxing out my max sub every week until the 22nd. I think it's possible. What up, Derek? How we doing today? Did they? Listen, I am guilty for not being on Twitter or LinkedIn enough. I'm making it an effort to spend at least 90 minutes socializing on LinkedIn and X in general. I need to do more of that. That's definitely a flaw of mine. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, when clipped. Hey, chat. Everybody in chat. Ask Derek when clipped. Just when clipped. What up, Sammy? With VMware consulting work, got sidetracked with my AI automation business, but things are settled now. Nice. Dude, doing well. Thanks. Welcome back, by the way. And VMware consulting, so are you working primarily in the VMware suite of tools, or do you work with Proxmox? Or I'd be curious to know, you know. I have my own personal labs. I did set up clients in the past in my IT days and network engineering days with their own ESXi servers and end users and all that. But I haven't worked out of VMware on a professional side in 6 years. So it's been an insane 30 hours. Monday reset day was clearly universe planned. Yeah. And wasn't it nice? Did you take advantage of using it before that weekly reset? Hey, happy birthday, son. Happy birthday. Oh, so it was legitimately his birthday yesterday. I thought it was his birthday this week. Well, yesterday is this week, so I make myself laugh sometimes with my observations. Hey, happy hump day, Greek. How we doing today? Let's get it. Cheers. Yo, Greek, I appreciate the support. I appreciate you stopping by, but when are we going to have a vibe coding session? Because I have a feeling you can build something for your industry, for your line of work, for your clientele, or even for your business to make your life easier. Let's do it. What's up, Fourth? Fable 5 is fun. Nice. Okay, nice. Yeah. Like, I when I started dipping my toes back into the ecosystem, I noticed they were required by Broadcom. And I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this, but I don't know how you feel about this. I love the fact that they made everything free. VMware Workstation Pro, VMware Fusion Pro, all of that, it's free. It is awesome. That is pretty cool. That is pretty nifty. That is one, I guess, perk of Broadcom acquiring them. Now, nice. Very nice. Cool. Dude, that's awesome. Well, if I ever have anybody asking me on a professional level, make sure we send them your way, because I don't do that type of work anymore. But it's good to know someone, you know, part of this community is in that line of work. So if anybody ever reaches out, you know, are you in the Discord? You should probably hop in there. Afternoon, Mr. Baker. How we doing today? Today we're just testing Fable 5. I wanted to start putting together a batch of prompts that I use for all new models. Call them a benchmark. It's like my way of doing a benchmark, but it's a benchmark for what we want to see, right? We want to test the model's reasoning, their bias, their creativity. Good old landing page with lead capture, admin dashboard backend, right? And then of course, since we do so much work and content around Hermes and OpenClaw, AI agents in general, testing each new model that we test with these benchmarks, can they create an always on agent activity dashboard? Yeah, these are the three things we're focused on today. We did squirrel. If you guys are just tuning in now and you go and rewatch the episode, you'll notice the first 30 minutes was a squirrel fest, but I liked it. I liked it. You know, I don't know. I feel like both of those can be solved, but does the people want, you know, do the people want this solved? I'm not going to get political. No, man. Hey, you would have loved the beginning because we squirreled. We did not talk anything Fable. It was great. Yeah, you're not wrong here. I'm just using Fable for everything right now on my Anthropic subs. Listen, they gave us a deadline of 22nd. I am using it nonstop until the 22nd. Like, token maxing. Isn't that a thing now? Aren't people titling their videos token maxing? Maybe I should release a video this weekend. So I'm kind of glad Fable 5 came out, because I was on the fence of what one of my two videos was going to be. I already know what the first one's going to be, but the second one I was unsure. Now it's a Fable 5 video. Maybe we just call this token maxing with Fable 5. What do you guys think? As much as I love auto mode, Fable with plan mode is super powerful. Yeah, and I think like this is something to hone in on and talk about. I think is very important. Like, for the sake of these streams and for the sake of creativity, I don't mind auto mode. But if I were to diligently plan a tech spec sheet, a product requirements document, as most people call it, I would plan back and forth at least 10 responses. Like, that's once you get to that level of back and forth and fine tuning it to the point where you think it will, you know, create that output, that desired output you're looking for with minimal back and forth, then you're ready to proceed. But this is for something that you're wanting to release to the public, right? When I'm doing something like this, I don't do too much plan mode. Now, we can do a plan mode test if you guys would like. Let me know what you want me to build and we'll go through plan mode right now. I think this will be great content and great demo for anybody curious. Oh, it's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love it. Brewed for 11 minutes. Yeah, it didn't give me the example of what I wanted to show you guys. I also wasn't paying attention to these screens. And I'm also noticing that when I have this set up this way, I think that Oh, disabled the wrong thing. I think that I should move this back up to the top right for this viewpoint. And then the comments, I feel like I should move these up for today, right? Because then we're blocking the sauce on the bottom. I don't want to block the sauce. I'd rather keep this, this clear. So we'll test this layout here. And I'm curious, let me know, like, I'm improving as I go. Like, these lives are fun. I'm thinking about building a custom live dashboard, but it takes away some real estate, I kind of like this fluid approach that we've been doing, but let me know if you like my video, top right, bottom left, whatever. I can't improve without your feedback. So yeah. The back and forth of Fable is new level. Actually had me scratching my head and ha moments. Nice. Took the words out of my mouth, I think, sadly, it's like when something works for someone on YouTube, everybody will try to copy it. Everybody and their mothers will start doing the same thing that worked for one person instead of trying to do something unique to them, something that resonates to them, right? Listen, you've seen it with this channel. We've tried different formats. I continue to try to do different things. And so far, my favorite one is watch me work. Let's have some fun with these new models. Let me build in public. Let me work on my agent systems in public. Let me work on these plugins in public, right? Like, I just enjoy this format the most because it's at my own pace, right? Like, I'm not here. Listen, I want to be careful about what I want to say because, like, I don't want to shoot down other creators. Listen, I respect the hustle. I'm glad there's people making content around these things. But let's just have a little bit more originality. Let's put it that way. Let's have a little bit more originality. All right, so that one's done. I'll wait for all three to finish. Let's wait for this. Let's go review this first response here. Research brief built, serving at 5001. TLDR of research, Claude Fable 5, released June 9th, is Anthropic's first publicly available Mythos class model, a new tier above Opus, made releasable by safeguard classifiers. Yeah, we already know that. It lists its price. What I built, a single React page. Cool, it's not vanilla. Nice. Tailwind vendored. Nice. I did mention this in the prompt. That's cool. Ooh, in an ink and gilt illuminated manuscript aesthetic. I feel like this is Anthropic's go-to, the manuscript newsletter, newspaper feel to it, with all 9 required sections like hero, model snapshot, honest caveats baked into the page. Cool. Let's go read number 2. What was built? ClearDraft is live, 5002. Ooh, we got the admin dashboard to test 2. Linked from footer as well. Easy to access. Good. Value promise. Great. Key conversation and designed decisions. Show don't claim. The hero is a before and after artifact titled Scrawled? The heck is a scrawl? Chat, I've been in Europe too long. I've been in Europe too long. 10 years ago, I would have known what this word was. No problem. Scrawled. Note card. I'm having a brain fart at its finest right now. With Ember strike-throughs transforming a clean recap email for skeptical consultant audience, demonstrating the product in 5 beats, any headline. All right, looking forward to it. Looks like this one's just finishing up here. So brewed for 11 minutes, brewed for 12 minutes. Now, keep in mind, we're doing high reasoning for all this. I don't use Git work trees too much unless I'm working out of one of the desktop apps that make it a default like approach. I primarily just do branched. First and foremost, it's always local, right? And then from local it goes to my staging or preview branch, and then my production branch. These are for things that are actually public facing. Yeah, I don't do work trees too much. Listen, I'm not like a GitHub expert. I'm still learning as I go. You know, I think I first truly started using GitHub back in like 22, 23, but it was just for one or two projects, one or two use cases. And then I laid dormant on my work experience within GitHub. And then of course, last July, I think I just started using GitHub pretty much every day again. But I try to keep things simple. Hope that answers your question. And then now with Hermes Agent and OpenClaw, like if I have them doing any work on one of my branches, I do PRs, you know, pull requests that I'll go in and approve for anything front facing, right? If it's still in development, I just have this auto approve rule where, you know, please don't do a pull request. Like don't waste my time like with this tedious behavior of me having to go approve that. Just YOLO that. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry, John. Let's I'll pause comments so that John can take a look at these before he has to go. All right. Localhost 5002, and then we'll just prep 5003. Oh wow, looks like it is ready. Interesting look. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's put these two next to each other since they're landing pages. This was 1, this was 2. So let's go look at Fable creating its own landing page for its own new release. Interesting design decision here. I would have expected this to be more Anthropic colors. Ooh, I love that highlighter effect built in. That is pretty nifty. I don't see a light dark mode. Listen, I want to hear all of the complaints in the chat. Who likes light? Who likes dark? I prefer light mode all day, every day, even at night. But because of community feedback, I primarily try to always operate in dark mode because a majority of you do not like light mode. I'm a big light mode guy. I know I didn't mention it in the prompt, right? It was a very basic prompt. Actually, it wasn't that basic. Let's go look at it real quick. Like we asked it, you know, research goals, page requirements. So light dark mode is not in the page requirements. That's a bummer. All right. But it's interesting to see how between this prompt and this prompt, this one decided to go light mode. This one went dark mode, right? Links the what we'd test first, price in, price out, model snapshot, released, model ID, pricing. Cool, cool. What actually changed in this release? Fable 5 is not an Opus increment. It's a new tier. Anthropic has been holding its Mythos class capability back. Yeah. I would have liked to see this more in this. Listen, not bad. Like, this is honestly technically production ready. Like, it doesn't look too much like AI slop, right? I love how there's no purple anywhere. Pros and cons. Ooh, you know what I would have loved to see a little bit? Just a UX and a UI critique of mine. Check boxes for each line. That's just me though. Great, it actually links everything. That's cool. I'm not gonna check every individual link against its siblings. Oh, this is a cool section where it earns its price. Nice. Ooh, nice little tab feature here. Listen, I did a very good job. I'm sure Opus could have done something very similar, right? But nevertheless, solid. Unknowns worth testing. 1 day old. Nothing below is criticism. I don't know why on that screen it looks almost unlegible here. Pilot it now while it's free on play plan on your hardest working long horizon work. Yeah, like this is something I really want to do. You know, setting it off on, you know, / goals and just giving it insane tasks to see how it does. Like if you guys are using your Claude Max sub or any Claude sub for that matter, and you want to make the most of these free credits, you should just have Claude working 24/7 until the 22nd. Just build things you don't even know you need yet, right? Make use of it. Don't let that week end without 100% on the week. That's going to be my goal. I'm not going to let the week end without 100% on the week. Each week until they drop it from being accessible through our subscriptions. Listen, not bad. I'm not mad at it. Now, like, obviously, if it was something I was making to release, I would give it design specs. So let's go look at version 2 or prompt number 2. So this is technically for a SaaS product. I love this little detail here. Did that animate when I moved it? No, but it does reposition nicely for responsive. I mean, it is responsive friendly. That's one thing I forgot to test here. That seems like a smartphone resolution. It looks, yeah, it's responsive friendly. Nice. Pretty cool. All right. Join the waiting list. Okay. I mean, that just scrolls down. Cool. Like here, obviously it doesn't have an app to reference off of, but I feel like a screenshot of the app or the product that we're selling would be more ideal there. The problem call went great. Yeah, this feels like very Anthropic-esque of how it put this together. Okay. Okay. I also would have preferred to have this be like a pop-up with call to actions to join the waitlist and just have like a very slick pop-up here with a blurred background. But again, I didn't give it those design specifications. We're just testing its creativity here, right? Like obviously, yes, these critiques are things that I would like to see, but I didn't specify that. So that's also my fault, right? So we can't blame Fable, but like overall, it did a pretty decent job here. Let's go check out the admin dashboard. A lot of placeholder data. What happens when we click? Okay, nice little slide in right menu here, which you can't see because my video is blocking it. Very cool. Very cool. Export CSV. Does this button work? It does. Great. Yeah, cool. I mean, very slick. Very slick. Mark qualified. Assign owner. Okay. Functional. I mean, listen, I'm impressed. It's not like, it doesn't feel like AI slop. It feels like it's definitely just with how many times I've tested Anthropic models with surface level prompts. To me, it's clearly an Anthropic output, but that's just because I've been testing each and every model with these prompts and seeing how, you know, I'm so happy we're not dealing with purple slop anymore. Like, is this the new slop? I don't know. Let's catch up on, oh man, I gotta say, I love all the comments, but I gotta catch up on them now. Scrawled is a word in the old world. Okay, okay. Yo, what's up, Cuban? Atlas plugin is coming along. I'll be honest, I haven't worked on it since Monday, I believe. Yeah, listen, I don't think I set expectations too high as far as a release date. I'm going to be beta testing it this month in the Discord. So if you want to help beta test and you're not already in the Discord, let me know. Just also, everyone, just go ping Atlas in the Discord real quick so I can get a gauge of who wants to beta test it. I think Friday we'll finish working on the onboarding mechanism, and then, you know, I'll give out access to a select few to help me out with testing. I really want to beta test the onboarding and then how it looks when you go through that onboarding process for your system. It's honestly almost ready from that perspective, but I still want to fine tune the 3D side of it. Oh man, I'm way behind on comments, huh? That was a while ago. Yeah, this right here. And I don't have this occurring too much, right? If at all, ever. I think Greek will answer it himself. I don't want to dox him unless he doxes himself. Not that he would dox himself or his line of work. YOLO that. Appreciate you, Baker. Dark. Ah, you dark modes. Right? Pretty gorgeous. Light. Hey, Cuban, my fellow lighter here. No pun intended with Cuban cigars and lighters. Man, all of you are dark mode. Man, my goodness, dark. Okay, he did share. Thanks for sharing, Greek. Like to have a choice. Yeah. Me too, Mr. Baker. I like the option, but default light. It's actually, I like that. It's actually, I need to try that because you give me an idea. I won't waste your guys' time with it right now. Yeah, gotta have a choice. They stick out a mile away. Okay, I'm not the only one who sees this then. Okay. Hey, let's go. Maybe you guys can connect. Yeah, listen. Excellent. Like, I gotta say, I have my critiques, but overall, just like, they're both great. You know what I mean? And I think also we have to think from the perspective, like, us as a community, us as an industry, everybody here right now who shows up every day and watches these live streams, not only these, but other creators, like, we are a very unique select few. The majority of people would not be able to notice AI slop. They would just think it's another website and they would have a certain opinion on it, right? They wouldn't know it was generated from AI. I think we're still at this point where we assume that everybody knows, but not everybody has the information and experience that we have in this industry so far. So it's like, I think this would be great depending on the target audience. They wouldn't even think twice that this was AI generated. You know what I mean? Now, would I launch both of these as is? I think I would launch the research brief because it's exactly that. It's great. But for this one here, I would want to tweak things. I would want to give it a brand logo. I would want to add a screenshot of the actual app. I would want to make this a call to action throughout the entire landing page with a pop-up rather than forcing me to scroll. Those are just design or UX improvements that I would make. But other than that, it looks great, ready to release, right? Free credits, always remember it's our private pension fund. Hey, no. Damn it, Baker. Glad I caught the purple slip wave. All my stuff is purple because maybe I asked it. I don't know. Yeah, listen, I mean, if you like purple, there's nothing wrong with purple, but there was just that purple slop wave and phase that I think models have self-improved quite a bit, right? Yeah, I'll pop that. Let me know if you can't stay till the end of the stream. But I normally only hand them out and do that process at the very end of the stream. So just let me know if you can't stick around to the stream and I can drop one. No pun, because it matches the way. Unless it's butane. Oh, okay. I was trying to put together, I was talking about Cubans. Gotcha. Torch. Yeah, and Mr. Baker, I think like I just went off on a rant about this. We can tell this is Anthropic, but I don't think the average retailer consumer would be able to tell that this is Anthropic specifically. They might be able to say, is this AI? But as far as like what model, we have that keen eye, right? Not everybody has this eye that we have, right? I try to always like ground myself from that perspective of like taking a step back and realizing like not everybody assumes what I assume or what we assume. Not everybody expects what we expect, right? Sorry, not sorry. If you know, you know. Yeah, so I did decide on one. It wasn't the most popular based off of Discord chat. I can show it off. I think it's gonna stick for now. Until I come up with a different version of it. But I'll show it off if you want to see it. Oh yeah, for sure. But these prompts aren't about giving it a front-end design skill. It's just about testing its default creativity output, right? And it's very interesting how they don't necessarily look similar from the palette's perspective. I thought they were going to honestly be similar from each palette. But I was pleasantly surprised that this one has this kind of reddish clay look to it, which I got to say, I love this color because it reminds me of orange. So like, I was pleasantly surprised that it made two different design choices here as far as its color palette. What app are you recommend to window manager for Mac OS? Can you please elaborate? What do you mean window manager? I use a lot of different apps. Are you talking about window managing from the perspective of different terminals or browsers? I mean, for these live streams, I use Arc browser. They're not updating it or improving it. They're still supporting it from what I understand, but it's a Chromium based web browser. And I like it because it creates this yellow highlighter border around my browsers. So like, I don't have to do this in post edits on DaVinci Resolve. It's pretty nifty, but my day-to-day is Brave. Sorry, not sorry. Yep. Like aerospace. What's aerospace? Ah, okay. Let's go check this out. I'm curious. I mean, I've been sleeping under a rock. How old is this? Give me some screenshots of it. No screenshots, huh? YouTube demo. Oh, I see what you mean. You know, I'm going to be honest, like, currently, I'll show you, like, it's actually, let me bring on a codex window just to, let me get out of that project. Let me just go into a fresh chat because I don't want to show that one off yet. New chat. All right, let's hide that. So let's bring that over here. Like, honestly, I've just been using the built-in Mac one. If you hover over this green button, you can arrange with a certain layout. I've been defaulting to this one here, and it allows me to kind of get everything into where it's at, right? So I have my browser generally on the left half, something tiled up here, something tiled up here. That's just how I prefer my layout. So I don't look into, a window manager like this. This is very, very cool looking, but I just have no need for it right now, primarily because this streaming monitor is a 24-inch on 1080p. So I don't have that much real estate to work with. I do 1080p for the sake of you guys being able to read the text on the screen. But then this screen right in front of me is a 27-inch. And I think I only have it set to 1440p. Yeah, I only have it set to 1440p. But I, personally, like I do the side-by-side terminals, but I wouldn't do side-by-side apps personally. So I just use, short answer, without squirrel ado, I just use the built-in Mac feature. It could be. Maybe that's the design decision it made. Like, let's go look into that. Let's just search front end. Yeah, so it looks like it does default to a front end design skill. It looks like successfully loaded skill. Yeah, this one successfully loaded it as well. And I don't think our prompts specified that. I think that's just a default, operation. Yeah, nevertheless, like, if they're loading from the same front end design skill, you would think that they would be a little bit more similar, but they're not. They're different, right? All right, let's move over to FleetDeck, that third option. Let's see how this looks. Okay, listen, it's cool looking. This is very fitting for Hermes, for our dashboard. Let me move. See, now I got to move my camera in this case. Let's move that down there. All right, perfect. Kind of cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. Wow. I might want to build off of this. So it's saying it can pull in multiple sources. This is all just demo data, right? I feel like I would want this to look a little bit more, right? 2D, 3D-ish, isometric, but this is not a bad starting point. Live activity to see what's happening. Workboard, cron jobs, sessions. Interesting. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you guys right now. I kind of like this as a base. Wow. Hold on. Let me, I think we're gonna vibe this one into a plugin for Hermes. What do you guys think? Wow. So metric, matrix, themed room. Here, I'll search with you guys here. So I want to give a reference. So isometric 2D matrix themed room. Oh, it's literally showing his desk. So this is too small of a room. Themed office. I want a bigger. I also didn't write 2D office. So something like this. I think this would be, ooh, this one looks cool. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Wait, I got the screenshot. All right, I gotta say I'm thoroughly impressed with this layout. Now, I think we should scratch OpenClaw and build this specifically for Hermes agent. So reference those docs, reference how Hermes agent streams that data through the default 9119 port. And I would essentially like to also create a plugin, but I want to use the styling that you did here. It's very matrix themed. However, the ops floor is flat. This is not 2D. I guess it's technically 2D, but I've attached an image of an example of how I want the office to look, but I want you to keep the styling that you have, right? Use the image as an example from an architectural standpoint of how things should visually look, right? Let me know if you have any questions. Also, each agent should be like a voxel style character. Otherwise, I gotta say, I love so far what you've done here. And I think we should turn this into a plugin for Hermes agent, but we need to fine tune it first. All right. Yo, Greek over here just handing out. Dude, thank you. Welcome to the coffee crew. I'm over here. I haven't even been drinking that much coffee. Cheers. Thank you, Greek. Appreciate your support, man. Oh, Mr. Baker, Ominous Trading. The Modelier, Bluis, 4x4, your local LZ. Elise? I don't know why I said LZ. Wait, what are you talking about? This is the negative with getting behind on comments. I feel like I should just have them stream on screen real time. Yeah, thank you, Greek. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT over here. Jeez. 2D or not 2D? That is the question, right, Danny? I have a prompt to use at GPT to convert to like 3D, take a floor plan, attach GPT, and run this prompt. Do you think Anthropic dropping Fable from its subscription plan soon is a first step towards subscription-based AI being replaced by consumption-based pricing? Yeah, this is a good observation. I think... I hope not. I hope not, because it was always my belief that things were only going to get cheaper, right? Like, we were only going to get more out of our subscriptions long term, right? I think we're very early from this perspective, but it's also, that's a good observation because, you know, Anthropic has discovered this, and this is why they've been, you know, throwing the ban hammer out and making all these changes and just pissing off the community and the industry. But their models are still great. We keep using them, right? But they've observed that, like, wow, people are really using a ton of tokens on their subscriptions. If only we could migrate 10% of that into API credits, right? Like, how much more money would they make? They're losing a lot of money from that perspective. If you haven't discovered this channel yet, Theo is very technical. I would go check out Theo. He talks about this quite a bit, and he could articulate this a lot better than I can. I don't know if he has a video on it recently, but you know, listen, I hope that's not the case, Death. I really hope that's not the case, but only time will tell. I think Anthropic has just been slowly just trying to maximize profit, which is why they're making the decisions they're making. I could be wrong about that, but no, I personally think we're headed towards a cheaper subscription model for more tokens. But like, what it's going to take for us to get there is a lot of this turbulence, is a lot of this, you know, frontier models giving us a certain amount of usage per month, nerfing that usage, right? And kind of like trying to find that middle ground. I don't know. I believe long term, though, it'll be cheaper. But in short term, they're going to be making decisions that make us question them, right? Like, coffee crew, I need another espresso. Ooh, nice, Beraldo. Thank you for this. I'm going to have to screenshot this. Solid. Hey, thank you for sharing. I'm just going to screenshot that entire queue of chat. I mean, I have another monitor I can hook up if I need to. Can always put it right there on the corner too, vertically. Double D is the answer. Double D? Double D? Yeah, no, these subs. Now, listen, you got to understand, not everybody is token maxing these subs. I don't know the numbers. We don't have access to the numbers, but I think it's a small percentage of people are actually using up all of their usage on any given month. They are making a lot of money off people who pay a monthly sub, but don't get anywhere close to 100%. But the ones who know how much they can get out of it, of course, they're losing money from that perspective. But I think they're making more than enough to keep going, right? Like, from the perspective of somebody paying, you wonder how many hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of people are now paying $20 a month to treat it like a chat bot that you can do for free, right? Like, you got to think from that perspective too. Like, I am sure they're making good money off of the, ooh, excuse me. I had to mute my mic there. My goodness gracious. I think they're making a lot of money off of the people who sign up, use a sliver of it. You know what I mean? Interesting. I might have to check that out. Yeah. No, yes, I know this. What I'm saying is not everybody does this, right? And we don't have access to those numbers, right? This is all just speculation at the end of the day. Also, damn, I feel like I need to create a different layout to just quickly move my darn, unlock that, move that down. My video and the chat up and down, because I realized the chat was out of whack there since I moved my video back to the bottom. All right, let's go check on FleetDeck, shall we? Since our last prompt. Is it done? No, he's still working. Might need to go get some ice cubes for this coffee. Oh, cross-eyed sensei. I hope you stay cool this weekend. And I think going into next week, right? It's supposed to be... Anybody else in the Bay Area over here? I don't know what it's going to be in San Francisco, but today it's looking like it's going to hit 29, tomorrow 31. What's the math in Fahrenheit? Shoot. Friday, Saturday, 25, 23. Then next week. Wait, am I looking at the right place? Piedmont. Wow, I could have sworn yesterday the forecast was a lot different. Did it just shift overnight? Yesterday, I saw that we were hitting like 30s, 34 Celsius. But it switched. Man, you can't trust these forecasts. Anybody see that that Larry David skit or yeah, I guess skit in one of his episodes where he gets to, there's like the forecaster, he says there's rain forecast for the next day, and then that forecaster is out on the golf course and he goes and he accuses him of telling everybody it's gonna rain, so he has the golf course to himself. Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm, that show. Oh man, that skit had me dead, dying. I mean, a lot of that show has me just laughing my ass off, but this right here, yeah. And I could see this being true. Weatherman for golf. Hold on, let me finish reading that, Mr. Baker. Also, yeah, I gotta just create, I guess, different hotkeys to easily switch these things so I'm not just manually dragging everything. It's kind of something I got to improve on. They're probably making more from the $20 crowd, which only pay for random chats. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I'm sure the percentage of how much they make off of those plans are much lower than the percentage off the $20 crowd, for sure. Because $20 a month for most people, I'm not speaking for everybody, they forget they even have the damn subscription, right? Anthropic, OpenAI, all these companies, they love that. It's just free money in their pockets, you know? But yeah, I feel like you're right there. Like the percentage of people, of them making money off of those larger plans is definitely lower than the percentage of them making money off of the $20 a month. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Yeah, okay. So up there, I know so for me, I'm close enough to the water to where I have somewhat of a breeze affecting the weather here, but when I looked at that weather yesterday, I was not looking forward to it, to be honest. Not looking forward to it. Oh my God, why did I pin that? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty normal for Florida though, right? Plus you have that humidity, you know? That wet. I guess depending on what part of Florida you're in. I know you have humidity in general, but like that super wet, thick humidity, like that's not consistently across all of Florida, is it? Because I primarily have only been to, I've stayed in Miami for what, a few months now, scattered. And then like all up along the coast, but I never really went on the west coast of Florida. Yeah, and that's a good insight to have, you know, like from a personal perspective, it's like you use it for work, so you know how much it's you listen, man. You stay in Europe over a year at a time, this is what happens. You forget how to speak English, you start talking in meters, liters instead of gallons, you start talking Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. It just happens. Ah, okay, typo. I'm golfing tomorrow with an old client. I'm excited for it. What's the weather tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 32. Nice clear all day. We're golfing in the morning, so what's it up until 11 a.m.? Okay, so we're dealing with 18 at 6 a.m. to 29 by 11 a.m. Okay. Ooh, my goodness. Got it. Makes sense. I gotta say, I miss Miami. Ah, okay, very nice. I actually have some brother-in-law out there and his family. They're based out of Orlando, if I'm not mistaken, still. Yeah, okay. It's like, what does it mean? Oh, all right. Now I'm curious. Let's go look into our usage. I think we started. I should have kept that window open, eh? I think we were at 4% on the session, if I'm not mistaken, and 3% on the week. I'd have to go look back in the video or in our live stream. So not bad. I mean, definitely a lot of tokens, but not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Wow, I have 3 days to use 100%. Sheesh, what do we want to build? What else are we doing here? Yeah, I'd figure humidity is everywhere, but it's like, it's got to be thicker in some parts, right? But I'm guessing it's thicker once you get a little bit north towards the border, the western border, is my guess, right? Celsius and liters are the only acceptable measures. Listen, I pushed back against it for many years, but My brain now thinks in Celsius and liters. But I still don't, like, in my head, I don't know the conversion of what Fahrenheit, what Celsius equals what Fahrenheit. I just treat it as Celsius now. Like, there's like no me trying to figure that out in my brain. Yeah. 431% Celsius is the only way. I think we're 50-50 split here. I think there's a handful of Fahrenheiters here and then a handful of Celsiuses. Or those aren't even words. I know this is about to be nay. There's no such thing as a dumb question here, Brendan. I'm sorry, I just doxed you. No such thing as a dumb question here, Cross-eyed Sensei. I know this is about to be a dumb question, but do you have extra usage enabled for your Claude sub? I do not. I have it disabled by default because I do have extra usage credits I've claimed that I'm just saving for a rainy day. But I'm also not made of money. I don't have an unlimited budget. You know, I'm not monetizing this channel as much as other people are with their channels. So I don't have that budget to, you know, to allocate towards extra usage. So I have it disabled by default so that I don't get a lovely surprise one day. Yeah. Ah, okay. Good stuff. Thank you. I was like, huh? We talk about so much. All right, what do we want to build? Chat. Let's feed it in chat. We'll build something right now with XI. What do we want to build? Imperial versus metric. All you need to know is that in Europe, if it's over 32 with no wind, it's too hot. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly my rule of thumb. Anything in the 30s. And then once we're getting the 40s, it's like, ooh. I know those are rare days, but I'm dead. I'm dead. Feels like I'm in Vegas. In the summer, obviously, not in the winter, because contrary to what people think about Vegas, it's not always hot. The desert gets incredibly cold in the winter. I do interactive mode personally. So I don't have Claude call -P. I have the agent, whatever agent is still using Claude in those cases. It actually spins up its own tmux terminal and invokes Claude and goes interactive mode. They haven't blocked that. So if they block that, then... Oh, that's right. Let's... Yeah, you know, I'd love to if I had access to a sauna. I should probably go get a gym membership. I think it's time. Hyper realistic workspace. We can use that prompt from earlier that Beraldo so generously shared. Yeah, but also not everyone's in Vegas casinos. Like, you know, Vegas, there's more to Vegas than the Strip. The Strip is just, like, if you live in Vegas, I've lived there for a few months, I've house sat for a few months, there's a life outside of the Strip, believe it or not. And a lot of the locals there, they don't even go onto the Strip. Unless there's some type of an event or friends coming into town, right? Fremont Street is more of the locals area than the Strip is, which is the old part of the Strip. The OG Strip, if you will. But yeah, there's so much more to Vegas than just the Strip. You know what I mean? So it gets hot out there. Yeah, I'm going to. Do we want to do it, Barika? Do we want to do it for what we're building here? Or do we want to try to build something completely separate? Because maybe, oh, look at this. We have actually, when did it finish? Voxel characters, office plan. No, it misunderstood me there. That's fine. There's no zoom features. But I gotta say, I'm loving the look so much better. So let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to create a version 2 of this, leaving the current preview up at 5.0.0.3. All right, so I want you to build a version 2, clone the code base. Let me know if you want me to create another directory. I think you could just create a directory within this project and handle this. But I'm going to paste in a prompt, and I want to convert this into what this image provides. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, before I do that, let's make sure we are on effort. Ultra code, huh? What do we do? Do we ultra code this? Listen, I'm leaving this up to you, chat. Max or ultra code? I feel like we should just YOLO this. So we're at 20% on the session, 6 on the week. That's our starting point. Ultra code it is. I like it. Let's grab that image, screenshotting the comment, put that in there. No gym, $150 on Amazon. I'll look into that. I don't know how much like time I'm going to be spending here. I need to go try to figure out where I would place it. Thank you. I'll look into that. I'll look into that for sure. We're starting to get 30 degrees here in Montreal at the beginning of the hot season, but in winter, damn, we get to negative 30. Yeah. You know, I haven't been to Montreal yet. Haven't been to Canada in general. I do have a road trip up to Alaska planned at some point, at which point I will be renting Airbnbs to continue working and doing things on the side as I explore and car camp and hit up parks and hike, because that's, you know, something I love to do on my spare time. Let's do it for what we're building here. Yeah. Okay, great. If YouTube allows multiple lives, keep this workspace running on live 24/7. Ooh, interesting. I would probably just set up another system that would stream it. This will burn your token in seconds. I guess we're about to find out, right? Stick to max, ultra, that will burn tokens, full send. I mean, yeah, we got 3 days to go through 94%. We might as well, we're not going to hit the weekly max. If anything, we'll hit the 5-hour window right now. Like, we're just going to YOLO. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. We're doing this together. We're already almost at hundreds in Texas. My sweat has sweat. Yeah, I think that's what my personal is going to turn into. It was originally a photography one. But I decided to take a break and focus solely on Clearmud and all the client work I currently have, which is a nice new pace. All right. Let's see what happens, shall we? The only thing I noticed is I have to tab through this to see this update. Let's see if they fixed it. I don't think this updates real time. I think I have to like tab through back to usage. Yeah. 21%. Oh, have they? Nice. Let's see. We're about to find out. I mean, ultra code. Oh my goodness. This sounds dangerous. Well, hasn't done much yet, so we'll see. Okay. Yeah, I wish that this streamed it in real time, but it doesn't. So let's actually now this won't be a proper test if I start working on something else in parallel, huh? I was actually thinking about I was thinking about making a counter for Claude usage, see how quick and easy that would be. But then it's going to dilute how much we used from this session. So I feel like I should just keep this one running for now. And then maybe we can make a real-time counter. I mean, nothing crazy happening yet. It's going to take its sweet time though, so. I feel like you would be very successful on Twitter doing like a new, how do I say this? Like comedy tweets, right? But also not comedy tweets. They're like a mix of comedy. So, because like I'm laughing. I know a lot of people would laugh at this too. Like you might become very successful on Twitter just being a reply guy who reply guys certain comedic comments that are part comedy, part truth, part zinger. Like, you know what I mean? Where can you see it? Oh, is there really? I'm just gonna look. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't played with these too much. Oh, yes. No, I can see the tokens here in the session. Yes, I'm aware of that. What I mean is this doesn't update real time. What I have to do is tab through this selection to then see the updated number. I'll leave it here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they fixed it. But I know early on, like, I used to keep one little window open so I can see usage, but it would stay where it's at, right? And then not only, like, not until I tabbed through did I realize it doesn't actually update real time. I'm guessing you're talking about the Twitter idea for Mr. Baker. Like, listen, that could be very successful. I'm not lying. Yeah, please do. Dude, it's like Larry David on steroids. Larry David for the AI industry. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's, yeah, I remember I was juggling like 3 pro accounts at one point because I discovered a loophole where there was certain, like, I think Jay Shetty did some promotion with Claude and some other person did some promotion with Claude. So I was signing up for 50% off pro accounts for 3 months. So I was paying $10 a month for 3 different accounts. But it was such a pain. Let me rephrase that. It wasn't that much of a pain. It was more of a tedious approach to, I had to have 3 browser profiles open, logged into each individual account. And then when I maxed out in the terminal on one account, I would simply click the browser of the second account, go back to the terminal, type in /login. It would then log into that second account. And it was super tedious having to jump between accounts. I eventually just, upgraded to the max sub. Yeah, but imagine the accounts you wouldn't get blocked by. That's why this would have to be an idea for a completely, like, don't use your go-to, your main one. Just create a second account. Have Hermes agent do it for you. Heck, give him browser control. Like, that's why it might work though. That's exactly, like, that's it. I'm not going to name the creators, but some creators have grown a large following because of that fact alone. You know what I mean? They play against those emotions. I'm not that type. I'm not going to take the time to do that. But, and I'm not trying to push you to do it if you don't want to. I'm just saying, it'd be a fun experiment for sure. It'd be a very, very fun experiment. Am I yelling? I swear, these noise cancellation headphones. Yeah, I don't know if they still offer it anymore, but you can try going into your browser, try typing in Claude. Was it Claude.ai? /purpose. Yeah, no, it looks like it's not available anymore. I think it was a certain point in time, and there was something else as well. I think it was Claude AI or Anthropic.com /purpose, which was the land. Try it on your end, see if it loads. Oh yeah, that does not copy paste. I'm like, I'm reading a wall of text here. If you want, throw it in Discord and I'll just show Discord on screen. Yeah, I think you would 100% blow it. And it's incredible. Let me finish the idea and say, do it. Okay. Let's go back and check. I mean, 2%, nothing crazy. Okay. It prepped us a localhost preview 5004. Let me put that next to, actually, I don't want it to be next to. Currently, it's just a clone, so it's not going to look too different, but that's going to be the version 2 output. What's interesting is we can't view those workflows. Interesting. All right, while this is running, quick bio break, BRB. All right, we are back. It's all this extra fluff. I just want to see usage. 25. Okay. 8. I'm gone 2% on the week so far. Finish him. Oh my God. Sorry, little technical difficulty there. So this is Cross-Eyed Sensei's share. I don't know why his messages just disappeared out of chat. I can't pin it, but he shared this. Can I zoom into this for you guys? Oh, whoa, come on now. Like, don't just go to the extreme. Like, at least like work with me here. Like, can we zoom in halfway? Like, what the heck? That's messed up. That's really messed up. Yeah, I can't even zoom in all the way because I'd like to see everything. Yep, that cost sounds about right. I mean, that's interesting. The headline result is different from the review round since no actual bug was supplied. All 3 models correctly refused to invent one and asked for a symptom, but they differ sharply in how faithfully they executed the skill before stopping. Fable 5 was the only one that actually ran the workflow. It executed the skill preamble, did context recovery, checked project learnings, the session timeline, checkpoints, decisions, and working tree state to see whether an open bug was discoverable, found none, and returned a proper needs context report in GStack's required status, reason, attempted, recommendation format. Most faithful, 6 times slower, 15 times the cost of Opus 4.8. These two both short-circuited to what's the bug. Opus made 1 tool call and gave a friendly, well-structured ask. GPT made 0 tool calls, skipping the skill's mandatory preamble entirely. Oh, that's so nice. I got some ice cubes for my coffee. Whew. It is, whew. Nice. Hey, thanks for sharing, Cross-Eyed Sensei. Appreciate you. Fatality. Just upgrade to max for Fable. Wait, did you say you just upgraded to max for Fable? Or are you just saying to do that for everybody? I mean, there might be a loophole right now where you sign up for the month. Your month starts now, but then you cancel your subscription on the 22nd. I'm not sure if they refund the difference in the days you have left of your $200 a month plan. Don't quote me there. That might be a loophole if someone wants to try it, but don't quote me. Listen, I'm not held liable if that's not the case. And thorough, yeah. And like, it's advertised, you know, to like what's being talked about the most from Anthropic at least is its capability of going from start to finish as thoroughly and thoughtfully as possible. I feel like it's more effective than Opus, right? And we're still waiting for one dynamic workflow to finish. I wish, like, running background, view workflows to monitor and save. Nice. So we can view them. 45,000 tokens, 60,000 tokens, 34,000 tokens, 65,000 tokens, 25 tools, 7 tools, 7 tools, 44 tools. Okay. Cool. Wait, somebody said that in chat, huh? Because I believe I said this earlier. I wish there was a way to view that. And then I went AFK. So thank you to whoever wrote that. I forget who it was because I don't see the comment. This could be the move. This could be the move. All right, I feel like we should also test. We should build something with Max too. I'm just gonna close that tab there. Open up a freshie. This is a freshie inside of the counter, right? So effort. Call that one Max. I think this is a, yeah, Fable counter. Okay. Oh, that was you? Thank you, sir. Golf course, not. I don't have my hands in people's pockets. I'm saying I did it and going to hopefully throttle back to the $20 option once Fable trial is over. Yeah, because I have a feeling they might give you a refund of the difference, or they might just say you can access it until this date. I'm pretty sure it's the second. It's the latter. But cool. You said golf course. I don't listen, I'm golfing tomorrow, so I'm guessing you meant to say of course not. I really don't want to hinder figuring out how much of our usage is coming from this, so I want to wait for this to finish. We're at 28%, 8 on the week. Only 2% on the week so far. But I think what we'll do here, I mean, I don't know how many tokens it's going to use for this, but I'm going to prep the prompt. I'd like to build a web app local only for my subscription, right? For my Claude Max subscription to see the current session used, percentage used, current week, and let's just do current session, 5-hour window, when it resets, current week, all models, when it resets, and then the percentage tied to it, just like I can do with / usage, or I can go into my Claude desktop app to go to billing, to go to usage, to see. But I essentially want to create a web app that I can just leave tiled on the top right hand side of my computer screen that updates real time. An issue I notice with the / usage command within Claude, or Claude Code and CLI for that matter, is I have to tab through all the options for it to update the current session percent used and current week percent used. Can you build this for me? All right, I'm gonna save that prompt. Let's wait for this to finish here. 13 minutes so far. Looks like a little over 250,000 tokens, 265,000 tokens. Okay. Oh, I plan on doing this for a few things I'm going to do off air. You know, my first priority today is film the 2 videos that I neglected to film yesterday because I was just playing with Fable and doing other things around the house. But I fully intend on hitting 100%. I'll share the screenshot in Discord once I accomplish it before the 13th. I should be able to hit it, actually. I wonder if the math ain't mathin' to where even if I max out 5-hour blocks, can I even hit the weekly? I think I can. I think I can. Unless the math doesn't add up there for me to hit it based off of the 5-hour blocks left. I mean, they're usually very quick, right? Gemini's the one, like, we'll be waiting for months, I feel like. Although I remember seeing someone post something about Gemini coming out with something soon. But you never really know. True, true. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, maybe. Wait. Oh no, it's still working. It was the dialogue dismissed, not the work. I mean, we're up to 320,000 tokens on that sesh. Oh, look at that though. It's coming along. It's coming along. Here I am being impatient and we're just peeking. Oh, it looks like once I get to a certain resolution. I want to be able to zoom and see. You know what I mean? Like, there should be hotkeys to do that, but there's not. So, it's something we got to vibe in. Gotta say, I'm loving the look. Now, it takes away from the Matrix theme, though. But we'll see. We did all the benchmark prompts. Nice little checklist for the live stream. Solid. Solid. We won't go there today. We won't go there today. We can close all that. We can close all this. Won't go there today. Right? Does look pretty slick. Pretty nifty, pretty nifty. Interesting. Like, this could also, from the perspective of swarm agents and all those agents you configure that sit underneath a department head, right? You just click that department, marketing. Like, I think that's how I'm going to approach incorporating this into our team. We're at 350,000 tokens. Let's go check here. 30% used, still 8 on the week. Didn't burn through as much as I thought it might. We'll see with the max when we build this little counter. You know what? Let's just build it. We're sending it. Forget it. Let's actually close that old. Close that old. We don't need these anymore. And this is set to max, so we shall see. We shall see. Oh, that's cool. So it has this little hotkey, Command K to search. Nice little feature. Okay. Yeah, I want to start building more things here, but I don't want to build half of these things live. Listen, we can have a token maxing live stream for sure, but that's not my goal to token max on this live stream. On loop to max out. Yo, thank you, Zombie. Is it the new styling or is it just me adding my face on it? Based off of all the comments and people mentioning, like, you know, I've had a lot of feedback as far as people not even clicking videos because they think it's all AI generated. And then the ones who do are pleasantly surprised. They're like, wow, you should just include your face on all these thumbnails. So now I'm just going to test for the next few months, including my face on every thumbnail. See what happens. Nice. Right on. Good to know. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. This is why we test things. This is why we test things. Looks like Ultra Code is done. Oh no, it's not done. Another session. I just wanted to see, leaving it by itself, what was going to happen. I feel like Ultra Code's one of those things where you give it an insanely detailed and thorough task, and then you multitask. You go to do something else. You don't just watch it, right? And it looks like Max is the same thing right now, at least. Let's see. I mean, it didn't consume as much as I thought it might, right? But I want to, after I'm done recording for today, I'm probably going to have 6 terminals open working on labs later. Which is something we started working on early in May on the live streams, but then I started keeping it off air, building it, because we've just been so focused on other things while we stream that I'm going to keep building it off air. We'll tease it in the coming weeks, but things are coming along with Labs OS. Which, by the way, Labs OS is going to be my first front-facing OS that I'm going to release. Yeah, I'll have to continue. Listen, these past 24 hours, I've really only been testing high, and I've been pleasantly surprised. Like, I just used it in high. I figured I'd save all of these different effort models or effort levels for when we're on this live stream so we can do it together, right? But I've just been so happy with what high has accomplished for me with all my prompts that there was no reason to switch, you know? Every update, every other YouTube. Yeah. This is why I like asking the question, is it really that insane, right? Because I still get to play off of the words, right? Which are clearly converting for other people who try to clickbait others, but I just give my honest opinion as far as like, is this insane? When I make a video that this X is truly fucking, excuse my language, truly insane, like you'll know that I actually think it's insane. I'm not just saying this about each new model that comes out, right? So I have yet to come across anything that I think is truly that insane. But when I do, you'll know that video should be worth watching. But I think by that time, the masses will be so sick and tired of that approach from other creators that only the people who have been here supporting the channel since day one will truly respect that video. I am positively shaking. All right, let's go peek on it. Let's see how it's doing here. Do a hard refresh on the page. Looks like not much has changed, to be honest, since we last looked at it. Looks like Max is still working. Max is, yeah, he's building the thing. Tiny local web app and node server that reads your Claude OAuth credentials from the Mac OS keychain, pulls the same usage. First, let me load the front-end design skill and scout your environment. Okay. I'm gonna stay scrolled up on that one just in case it tries to expose any secrets. Probably should have mentioned not to expose secrets. I don't think it will, but nevertheless, let's yeah, 3% on the week, but then we started using this session as well. So, oh, listen, Ultra Code is not that expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. It's just like I think this is a universal story and lesson and rule, like maybe not rule, but story. Do you know the boy who cried wolf? Right? We all know that story, right? I think that story is not only universal, but like it spans across different cultures, right? Different languages. Put a 1 in the chat if you know the story behind the boy who cried wolf, or the lesson behind the boy who cried wolf. The story and the lesson, whatever. Hey now, be nice. It's tough to read 48,000 lines of code in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this, right? It's like, I look at it the same way. It's like, if you keep saying everything's insane, at some point, you're gonna lose credibility, and your definition of insane is not gonna be that valuable, is not gonna be an important metric, right? And this is not me shitting on anybody in particular. This is, I think this is a problem on YouTube in general, and trying to hack attention, right? Trying to get more clicks, trying to get more views, trying to grow, right? It works. It works. The shitty part is it works. But like at some point, people are going to get tired of it. At some point, you're going to lose a lot of your audience if you keep saying that. So I'm choosing personally, this is a decision I made for Clearmud. I'm just not going to do that. I don't want to lose your trust, my integrity, right? I don't want to jeopardize that. And yeah, I'm just not taking that approach, right? Listen, I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm not trying to single anybody out. I want to be very clear about that. I respect the hustle, but that's it. I'm just gonna give the little hand gesture with the head bob. That's all I'm gonna do right there, because you guys already know. You're here, you're sticking through this live stream. You know what's up. You know what's up. You know I'm not here to clickbait you. You know I'm not here to do that to you. So just want to say thank you for being here. Let the wolf have him. Yeah. True. I don't trust anybody who says 10 out of 10. It's like, listen, I know not everybody likes this guy, but I went through a phase, it must have been a year and a half, of when it was time for me to eat my lunch, I would disconnect from any work, any email, anything like that, and I would just watch YouTube videos. But it was YouTube videos of one bite. Everybody knows the rules. Most everybody probably knows Dave Portnoy at this point, just through that, let alone like aside from his politics, aside from Barstool Sports, one bite, everybody knows the rules, right? I like his scoring system because he doesn't just hand out 9s or 9.9s or 9 point whatever's nilly-willy, right? But like when somebody says, this is 10 out of 10, best thing I ever had, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Because 10 out of 10 is tough to achieve. It's very, very tough to achieve. Like, I don't think I make 10 out of 10 food. People compliment me when they eat my food that it's 10 out of 10, and I appreciate it. I get it. I know it's good, but I think it's more in the 7s and the 8s than it is the 9s or the 10, right? So, I don't know. Listen, we squirrel around here if you're new to this channel. We do a lot, right? But more importantly, we have fun, you know? And we're not here to hype you. We're not here to hoorah you or whatever that term is. All right, let's move this off to the... Close that. What just happened there? That did not do what I wanted it to do. You know what I mean? I wanted to reposition things. All right, Fable counter. Looks like this is done. Baked for 32 minutes on Ultra Code. Wow. All right, let's go see. I know this is kind of skewed with the other session we have rolling, but overall, you know, 2 to 3% used on the week for that 33-minute session on Ultra Code. Okay. Orchestration, I cloned the good. What the scheme became a landscaped site, grass, sandstone, plaza apron. Okay. I wanted to keep it matrix themed, if I'm being honest with you. Post workflow fixes I made during, but we did give it a hyper realism set of prompts, so it's okay. All right, let's connect this to my actual Hermes agent dashboard. Can you help with that? I think that's the IP address. Let me double check. Yeah, 78. And this is thinking for, so it's thinking for a long time. Like it's actually taking more time to complete the work is what I'm noticing. I feel like if I gave these tasks on high reasoning, this would have already been done for sure. This would have taken half the time at least. So, you know, so far I'm noticing like it wasn't that expensive if you have the $200 max sub for what it just did, but it just took an incredible amount of time. Same with this max here. And this isn't, to me, this doesn't feel like it's a complicated request either. So I'm shocked it's taken 15 minutes to get to this point. Like, that's shocking to me. Let me catch up on comments here. All I know is hitting the likes is actually insane. That right there, hitting likes 10 out of 10. Oh man, do I have any more coffee? I do. Let me go, we'll keep the stream going for at least another little while. Let me go grab a few more ice cubes for this warm ass coffee. Let me catch up on comments before I step away though. Subscribing is keeping it 100. Hey, Maestro is not lying. Is not lying right here. Sharing is spreading the wealth. It's all relative. Hey, let's go. I would imagine you did, right? Being, I don't want to dox your location, but I would have had a feeling that you would have been a big fan of Portnoy. Just knowing your background, where you are geographically, you know. If you're eating... I'm not going to say this out loud because I don't want YouTube to cancel me. He has a book? What? What kind of book? Yeah, there's a lot to be said for a solid 7. I mean, that's what he throws out as consistent 7s. 10 out of 10 would watch again. Hey, thank you, Mr. Baker. Even with, you missed the beginning, but Like, we had a spike of viewers at the beginning for Fable 5, and I talked about everything but Fable 5 at the beginning of this live stream. It was actually kind of funny. It was kind of funny. It was the definition of squirreling over here, you know what I mean? It made me laugh. I have books. Yeah, it's great. All right, I don't think you will, but please don't expose any secrets. We are live streaming the screen. If you need to expose any secrets, simply don't. Oh wait, I wasn't. Okay. What do you want to do here? Yellow. Yeah, fine, go for it. Also, this should go without saying, but do not expose any secrets. In this session, we are live streaming. I need to start prefacing my prompts that I use on live streams. Like, to make sure we don't do this. What do you want? Question mark. Why are you asking that 2 times in a row now? Come on now. Well, I was going to say, like, save it into a text document or a markdown file and don't preview that markdown file, etc., but I just simply don't fucking expose them, you know what I mean? All right, let me go grab these ice cubes to make this coffee more enjoyable, because it's already heating up. I don't know about you, Cross-Eyed Sensei. What's the weather up there? But for me, let's see where it's at. It's at 26. Wow. It jumped 4 degrees since we started streaming. Actually, even more. All right, 1 second. All right, we are back. Oh, look at that. Nice. I don't like the styling at all. Like, come on now. What the hell is this? Arg. But that is really cool. Wait, did it just straight up just build me an application? Or is that... Oh, that's within Chrome. Okay. Updated 26 seconds ago. I can can bring this up right there. Max 20x. I can do a quick refresh if I need to. It should refresh itself, I'd imagine. All right, I also want to improve the styling. Not a bad first go, but I would like this to have a light dark mode toggle foundation. I want this to use shade CN components. More specifically, let me find a few components from Watermelon that I really like. I think having an adaptive slider or even a knob slider displaying the counter or the percentage would be really nifty. Obviously, we don't want to be able to click to adjust the slider. We're using these sliders as a reference, right, of how we want to visually display the current session. Light mode should have a default with, I want to say, a clay colored, kind of like orange clay mixture. I want to use Montserrat regular as the body text, but then I want to use, actually, let's use Ubuntu and Ubuntu Mono fonts for this web app. I want you to use your best judgment as far as font weight and styling across this, this web app, and let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, not bad. I love how sevens, just the number 7 made you think about this and share this. I mean, you're living the life, you know. So that's you're not wrong. Looking for my 7.8. Why not 7.2 or 7.1, you know? Why not closer to 6.9? But nice. I couldn't resist. Could not resist. Oh, you know, that's actually a very good observation. I'm pretty sure he does. Let's go check it out. Peter, oh, I think it's like Peter P. Steinberg, right? Oh, I think I'm just searching through. All right, let's solve this quickly. I forget what it was. It was something like that. Is it this? Yeah, I guess it is that, huh? Ah, I want to go here. I think I remember seeing that too, Mr. Baker. I just don't see. Let me just search usage across the whole page. Okay, it's called Codex Bar. I would have thought that's just Codex, but you know. Oh, very cool. What? What? I'm just using this. I'm using this. Like, Are you kidding me? Let's go through the traditional download. Do we have a DMG? Wait a second. Yeah, this is the one we want. Could not verify. Oh, come on. Now I have to go into privacy and security. I probably should have just ran the CLI command. Ooh, I like that. What did it just block? Open anyway. Open anyway. And great landing page too. Which icon is it? Am I tripping? It's this one? Oh, it's still installing. Process completed. It looks like it's this icon, or is it just supposed to be something that sits on the desktop? Let me just load a fresh desktop. Is it just, yeah, no, it's nowhere on my desktop. Check back in a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got to be that icon, right? Listen, I'm just going to run the CLI command. Where's that? Let me catch up on comments here. No, yeah, you're right. We found it. We just found it. Oh, cancel me if you can. Interesting. Yep, just catching up on comments. Yep. Work on Cache OS. Little app that tracks your, yeah. Yes, sir. Still going, John. Welcome back. We did on a live stream, but I don't have too many like hardware to test local models to its full capabilities. So we set up Gemma 4 or 4B or 4AB, I forget the number. And it was obviously incredibly slow, but pretty cool, pretty cool. But that was the extent of my experimentation with Odysseus. Yeah, this has been a good one for sure. We just can't stop. Yeah, so this is something that OpenClaw's founder has built to track your usage. Nice, nice, nice. Ah, yeah, I know you've been a ninja as of recently. So I hope you've enjoyed that that vacation. Installing Codex bar, moving app to. So now I should be able to just open it. Let's go check applications. Where's Codex bar? Still don't see. Do I have to invoke it in the CLI? Yeah, I did. I kept that off of screen. I did. But it's still not showing up top. Is it supposed to show up with that icon that we see here? This one here? I'm guessing, right? Let me go check privacy and security, see if there's anything blocking it. That could be it. Yeah, I don't see anything blocking anything. It's gonna be 3.9. Interesting. I mean, I don't use Safari. I didn't reject anything. I set that up. I said always allow. Let me check one other thing. Okay. I wonder if I don't want to do that right now because I don't want to kill this live stream. I will try to force quit it through the activity list, but chances are I'm sure if I just reboot this Mac, which I rarely do, it should come online because I set all the permissions correctly. Codex bar. I don't even see anything open in the background. let's go back to this. Still working off of that like minor design decision on Max. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay. I got it working. That was just a minor issue on me. Let me just make sure I always allow that. That was me not following instructions, if I'm being honest with you guys. Which happens sometimes. Can move that one to the trash. Let me actually just quit both because I was being impatient. So as you can see, I have two icons now. Lovely. Let's quit. And then let's quit. Let's quit. Make sure I'm using the proper one out of applications. All right. Trash. Bam. Cool. Very cool. Oh, this is awesome. Ooh, look at this counter now. Much better. I'd probably remove these dots and remove this dot and just have it be a progress bar with the percent on it, most likely, and then resets in on the right. So I'd essentially clean up all this text, put it in here, clean up these dots. Man, but that took, and it's still not even done on the max effort. 15 minutes for that minor tweak. That's wild. That's wild. Nice, nice. Let's now go back and check. Let's also go and look at, no, let's filter. Nah, I don't think I'll be using that now that we have this nifty codex app here, or codex bar. Interesting. I try to click overview and it's just nothing's prompting. I don't like that weird like highlighter effect it gives across the whole bar. It's kind of locking up just a touch. Interesting. Well, that's done. Listen, these are cool. These are cool. Huh. Yeah. All right. We've almost been at it 3 hours. Let's go. Okay. That's right. We started a little late this morning. That's done. That's done. That's done. All right, listen. I think it's time for me to say our farewells. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this live stream. Let me prep a Discord link though. Let me close all this. Yeah, switch gears. I want to have some lunch, do a quick little workout, then record some videos. But it's, you know, it's that time of the day to break my fast and get it rolling. Just chats, invite server. We'll do 10. All right, there you guys go. So listen, today was a fun one. Today we played with Fable 5. And I gotta say, listen, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I had hosting this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you ever want to see me cover any specific demo or build. Listen, I'm here for you. I'm here to be of service, right? I'm not here to entertain you. I'm sure entertainment will kind of come naturally with me being myself, but yeah, I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your Wednesday to hang out here on the channel. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Maestro. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Ryan. Welcome back from vacation. Thank you, Derek. I hope you enjoy your time off, rather time at home. Thank you, Duval. Thank you, John. Keep scrolling up, trying to pin as many comments until I can't pin anymore. Thank you, Zombie. Thank you, Cross-Eyed Sensei. Thank you, Barika. And I can't keep scrolling up, so forgive me if I forgot to mention you or pin your comment. It's simply out of my viewpoint. But yeah, hope everybody has a great middle of the week, great rest of the week. I'll catch you Friday, same time. Until then, happy building. Cheers. See ya. Oh yeah, let me keep this pinned for those who are watching the recording. These are 10 invites, so get them while they're hot. All right, cheers, y'all.